Mark, congratulations firstly on your recent appointment as the club's new head of operations. But let's speak firstly about the Bishop Street stand behind us, because we know that there was an intention for a pilot event tomorrow for the first home game of the season against Doncaster Rovers for Bishop Street to be open. Could you bring us right up to speed as to whether that's happening or not?
Well, less than 2 minutes ago I seen an email that's basically confirming that, and it's been a nightmare week, but it's nearly 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon and we've finally got the green light. It will 100% be open tomorrow.
So what will take place tomorrow?
We've got to run it as a test event. That's what we've agreed with SAG, who, to be perfectly honest, have been absolutely fantastic with us. They've worked alongside us, they've worked with us, and they've been pivotal to making it all happen. And it's basically, we wanted to run it initially as season ticket holders and friends and family, and obviously the tickets that was given out at Stags Fest, but we've since found out that we can't run it that way. The EFL and Doncaster basically have turned around and said that we're not allowed to put any paying people in there, and it's just a case of they've agreed that we can have our academy with their academy in there, which I think is perfect, because John Radford has got connections obviously with Mansfield Town for obvious reasons, but he also had he's got his roots in Doncaster as well. So I just think it's great for the chairman to be able to see not only our academy lads in there, and Carolyn as well, not only our academy lads in there, but Doncaster as well.
So how many players from both academies of Mansfield and Doncaster will watch the match from the Bishop Street stand tomorrow?
It's going to be between 300 and 325. 300 and 350, and we can go up to a maximum of 400, but if we feel that we cap it at 350, then we'll be fine. We will.
And how many seats have been installed?
There is now, that's been changing like most things down there. There is now 727 seats for people to sit on. And hopefully, if the test event goes correctly and everything goes fine tomorrow, then hopefully we'll be able to open that up to supporters and season ticket holders for the Blackpool game.
This place has been a real hive of industry in the last few weeks. We can still see work going on behind us, right over there on the far side of the Bishop Street stand. What exactly will be open apart from the academy players going into the seats themselves?
I'm glad you've asked that question, and I'll answer the first bit about the activity down there. There's been some absolutely fantastic people in and around. Started with Sid. We all know what Sid's done a brilliant job. And then obviously it's moved on a little bit, and we've got Neil and Ian Bingley, who is from One Call. We've got John Radford's brother, who has been in hospital recently, and he's been putting seats in, doing the emergency lighting and everything. There's Mark Al-Murray, he's been pivotal to everything. And also Andy Sutton, his lads. I don't think I've ever seen anybody work like that bunch of lads. They are on a different level. And for this to actually be happening tomorrow, all of those put together, we wouldn't have had a chance without those being down there. And one special mention to a guy who's just left the building now, and that's Kelvin. He's the architect. Now, if anybody watches Clarkson's Farm, this guy is just like Charlie. He doesn't always want to say, or you don't necessarily want to hear what he's got to say, because you don't want to hear it. But he's chucked a load of common sense over there, and without him and the rest of them, we won't even be thinking about being open probably till October. Also, Bill Broughton, been a lot of common sense thrown into the project from start to finish. He's been there from day one. And let's not forget John Rutherford. John Rutherford has been heavily involved in an integral part of working alongside SAG, and he's also been pivotal to getting the stand open for tomorrow.
So the toilets will be open, I imagine. Will the food kiosks be open? Will the fan zone be open? Has that been tarmacked and ready?
Everything is there as it would be on a match day. Obviously, there'll be certain little parts of the fan zone what still will need liquor paint, etc. But the kiosks will be open. The ladies' toilets will be open. There's a disabled toilet what will be open. And then in the main stand, we've got obviously the men's toilets will be open. And it will be as wooden, and the turnstiles, more importantly, I forgot those. They are actually going to go through. The academy will have a ticket, and they will go through the turnstiles as a normal supporter would do. It's just a test event to make sure that for the first game, hopefully against Blackpool, that there's no hiccups. Everything will be run as it would be a normal match day fixture.
So if the green light is shown after tomorrow's game, the hope and intention is that supporters, Stag supporters, can go into this stand, the new stand, for the first time in over 20 years against Blackpool.
That's the hope, as long as nothing goes wrong tomorrow. Touch wood, nothing will, and then we can get the season ticket prices out. Hopefully they'll go down quite well, and we can open it for Blackpool. Yeah.
So you're going to sell season tickets in there, that's confirmed?
100%, yeah, 100%. Yeah, and hopefully they will be out very, very early next week, prices.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you here. If there is a supporter who is a season ticket holder in the Quarry Lane stand, in the Ian Greaves stand, and they want, for nostalgia purposes or whatever reasons best known to them, to have their season ticket in the new Bishop Street stand, can they be transferred?
100% yes. 100% yes. We've had numerous inquiries already. I think the list is probably up to around about 100 now, what I've shown an interest, and certainly more than 50 definitely do want to move from wherever they are, either in Ian Greaves or the Quarry Lane, into the Bishop Street. So yeah, 100%.
Okay, let's move on and talk about other things that have taken place in and around the One Call Stadium in the past few weeks and months. Tomorrow, there's a new brewery in at the club as well. Could you tell us more about that and the offerings that they're going to put on for supporters?
To be honest, it's been an unbelievable few months. We've not just opened, obviously, the new stand is with the brewery. There's other things what have been happening as well. But yes, anybody who likes a pint of John Smith's, you will be able to get one tomorrow in the ground. It's Bateman's Brewery. It's been all done sort of in the last couple of weeks. Moving forward, they're not in any football stadia as of this moment in time, but hopefully everything goes right here. Then moving forward, I think it's a platform for them to get involved in and around football stadiums, including ourselves. So yeah, we've signed into a 3-year deal with them. And hopefully there will be a different selection as well, not just a John Smith. There'll be other things that you can get from the bar that you can't get with the previous brewery.
So what was the main reason, the main factors in bringing this new brewery in?
Well, I'm going to smile, and I think it's John Smith's. I'm being honest, I come from Sutton. And I don't drink anymore, which most of you know, but I come from Sutton, and Sutton Witherspoons took John Smith's off from behind the bar, and it went into meltdown. So it's definitely going to be coming. It might not be in Witherspoons anymore, but it's definitely coming to Mansfield Town Football Club, and it'll be in place by Saturday for the first home game.
Excellent. Some other miscellaneous bits, if I may. You've overseen the new club store, which has gone down superbly with supporters, much needed at One Call Stadium for many a year. How's it been from a retail perspective?
Oh, as well. I think everybody what came down on the open day seen the queues. They were queuing back as far as Warsaw. It was unbelievable. That was before we opened the shop. I've got to make a special mention as well here, because we're talking about all these things, but without John and Carolyn, this would not. If anybody looks back to 15 years, and I've been in and around this, I've been there as long as you now, Steve, I have. And without them, we wouldn't have a new club shop. That club shop came in from Paris. It came in from the 2024 Olympics. We had to get it all the way from there to here. We've took a silly amount of money in the first week of trading. Fantastic from the fans. The uptake has been great. I've not really seen, obviously, apart from the queues on the first couple of days, which now we've put right. It's just been a tremendous success. It really has. So, along with one or two other things, what hopefully are happening in and around it pre-season.
One question supporters have had is, when is the online store going to be available? Could you bring us up to speed there?
Certainly within 2 weeks' time, that one will definitely be up and running. It's just basically been because the shop went so well. We went from having no, and again we've changed from one kit supplier to another one, which wasn't ideal. And if anybody's seen the shenanigans before the Retford first game, we didn't have a kit to play in. If it weren't for Michael Bradley going down to customs and excise on the Tuesday morning of the game, and then bombing back up the M1 and getting the kits on the back of the players probably in a couple of hours before kick-off. But we had no kits whatsoever in the ground, and then all of a sudden we had, having no boxes, we had convoys of lorries coming in with all sorts of different sort of cuddly toys and all to do with the club shop. But mainly kits coming in from Maria, and yeah, it's all up and running now. There will be that third kit will be going in very soon as well. So
excellent. And elsewhere, when you first came into the role as head of operations, one of the first things you did, as I recall, was give the stadium a bit of a facelift so fans can look forward to seeing the stadium a little bit spruced up in places when they come tomorrow.
Seems like a lifetime ago now, if I'm to be really honest, that does. Yeah, my first idea was just to find. In fact, we had some good help, didn't we, from North Notts College? They come down and probably a dozen lads came down, lads and young girls, and picked up paintbrushes and give us a lick of paint all around the stadium, gave us a facelift, and it's just tried to move on from then. But obviously, the Bishop Street has the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, it just took priority, along with the club shop, along with Stags Fest. Let's not forget that, because that was absolutely brilliant as well. Certainly 1,500 plus people were, I reckon, more, was in there. And yeah, now we've just got to, hopefully Nigel does his bit tomorrow. We get 3 points, and as Mr. Radford would say, the world is good.
And very finally, your affinity with the club, as you mentioned earlier, Mark, has been long. And you've got so much done, haven't you, in the first couple of months in the role? So much has taken place under your watch for the benefit of the club. How are you enjoying the new position?
I absolutely love it. John asked me in February, and typical John, he said it 3 days a week. No, it's 7.5. But I absolutely love it. I am surrounded by fantastic people. I'm looking at one now. I didn't have a clue what the role entailed. I did, of course I knew, but it was a new learning curve. Everybody knows that I was involved in the academy, working alongside Steve for nearly 10 years. A lot of health issues where I've had a few scrapes in the last 5 years, and then I came back, and you're sat next door to me. Your room is next door, so your first port of call was either you or Diane. But that middle floor in our main building, the work that goes on behind the scenes just to get a game on is phenomenal. It really is. And if you want me to be honest, I couldn't fail, because I've just got really good people in and around me. I have, and hopefully moving forward, it'll all work. It will.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Here's to a successful season.
100%. Thank you. Thank you very much.